Welcome back to the Melanated Lipstick channel, and I'm Bree doing another discussion today. So let's talk about colorism and the insistence to downplay it and act like there's nothing to talk about and nothing to see. So recently, the actress Keke Palmer was mentioned in a Twitter comment about colorism being a factor that Keke has not been made mainstream as other actors. The Twitter stir was comparing her to actress Zendaya, who is biracial and light skinned. Keke went on to give countless examples as to why she can't be compared to anyone. And many people applauded her and said, "That's right, girl, speak your truth." Countless magazines, TV shows, and news reports also said she was right to squash the naysayers. But was this really the right image and right symbol that we needed to show the world and other melanated women? Do we really need to give this example to an oppressing, demonizing society that already spits us out at the slightest chance that they get? Is being the tough, I made it anyway narrative, is it all it's cracked up to be? Colorism is as traditional to America as the apple pie, and it is normalized throughout the world. It is a very known fact that for the last 400 plus years, since the push for the United Kingdom to have world domination through colonization and imperialization, that whites had a better chance of success in life, and the whiter you were. England and other Europeans colonized countries like Jamaica, Bahamas, Ghana, Gambia, Bahamas, South and Central America, Australia, Botswana, and of course the United States of America. And what do all these countries have in common? They were all inhabited by people of color. So the people that were melanated have always felt that we had to smile and pretend that by all our hard labor and work that one day we will have a seat at the table. But is that always the case? Why is it that some people have to work three times as hard just to get some of what others get for free? And notice also that Keke Palmer listed all of her accomplishments to show that she is doing well and how she cannot be compared. However, Zendaya did not say one word because those who have the privilege, the comfortableness to know that they are already at the table can stay silent, while we have to list why we belong at that same table. Like it or not, that is history, past and present. Also, if you notice, there were a lot of people that went out of their way to give kudos. The movies and shakers in Hollywood, they also were pleased. They probably clutched their pearls when the Twitter question went out, and they all breathed a sigh of relief when Keke Palmer relieved their fears so that they were not being held accountable for. Countless magazines, TV shows, TMZ, and others spoke up and praised what Keke said. USA Today, Entertainment Tonight, Entertainment News, Hollywood Reporter, Page Six News, CNN, and many others were loaded down with compliments for Keke. They were more than happy to give her accolades and give her compliments without dealing with colorization as well as what has happened throughout the world. But who really thinks blacks have powerful positions at those companies? Who really thinks that a melanated man or woman are really in charge there? At this point, we know the game and we've seen it time and time again. Many black people also were praising her. And I get it. Stay positive. That's what we were taught. Don't be the angry black woman. We need to keep them comfortable and smiling at us to get somewhere in life. And we know also that Hollywood itself has not been very uh, well received or respectful to us. They have not treated melanated men or women in respectful roles, and they have always treated us and shown us to be less than, especially the dark colored people. Keke and Zendaya both on separate occasions spoke about the racism in Hollywood. Zendaya herself admitting that she is Hollywood's image of a black woman when actually she is biracial. And Keke herself saying that growing up, she didn't see people with her complexion at the forefront of being shown in movies and as beautiful. She only saw one representation of beauty, and that was of lighter complexion. The black diaspora throughout the world has been subjected to blatant racism in the form of colorism for many, many centuries. There are very few places where anti-blackness is not the norm. There are This is normal throughout the world, including China, India, the United Kingdom, France, the Caribbean islands, Canada, North and South America, and throughout Africa itself. No one disagrees that Keke has a right to stand firm on her accomplishments, but I feel the accolades from corporate America, i.e., the companies run by whites in the country, were all too happy to shut down the conversation because of the history of colorism. And this also, with colorism, is just another notch on white supremacy. In the 1960s, educator Jane Elliott did the blue eye, brown eye experiment with children. This experiment put the brown eyes against the blue eyes, proclaiming the brown eyes as better. That test shows the consequence of racism and biasm, even in childhood. Also, according to a 2005 research by Dr. Matthew Harrison, his significant study on colorism in America workplace indicated that dark-skinned African Americans face a distinct disadvantage when applying for jobs, even if they had superior qualifications. And they also experienced jobs that were taken from them and given to lighter-skinned black applicants. Colorism cannot and should not be pushed back because it is uncomfortable. Possibly the Twitter feed that talked about Keke Palmer and Zendaya was bad timing, some might say. But when is the right time when we should talk about this? Maybe in another 50 years? Why is it that when things that blacks need to talk about, we don't need to talk about it? Why is white or white presenting considered more perfect, more beautiful? Because it is not more beautiful. If it was, then why are black women appropriated all of the time? Black women enroll in college at higher rates than white men, but those who have bachelor's degrees earn 35% less than white men on average. This also is part of white supremacy, and when you add the colors on top of it, it is a bomb dropped on top of black women and all richly melanated women in the world. I hope this video keeps the discussion of colorism going. Please like, subscribe, and share. God bless.